What is up YouTube, Unruly here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to play Apex Legends more aggressively. That's right, how to become a more aggressive Apex Legends player. That's the age-old question everyone's been asking. How do I play more aggressive? How do I get more kills, deal more damage, create these high kill, insane gameplays? Unruly, help me out here. Well, today, that's what I'm going to do. Now, when it comes to playing Apex Legends more aggressively, experience does play heavily into the matter, okay? You got to get yourself into these situations a lot more, get more repetition in these high-risk, high-reward situations. There's a lot of mechanics and baseline gameplay that has to be established within yourself first before you can really turn up the heat. And when it comes to being a more aggressive Apex Legends player, I have 5 tips, or basically topics, so to say, when it comes that you have to work on and understand in order to play Apex Legends faster and more aggressively. Okay, and one of those things that I feel is one of the most important ways to become a more aggressive Apex Legends player, and that is taking and creating what is called space. The distance between you and your opponent is space, okay? And it's how you create that space to allow yourself to run up and close the gap between you and your opponent, the cover in which involved, and so on and so forth, which comes into manipulating cover and creating angles for yourself. Cover is very key. You got to move among it. You have to make sure that you have cover really close to yourself so you can avoid taking damage. Allow yourself to reload and heal. The third topic or tip that I have for you involves movement, okay? You have to move and groove. If you want to play fast, you got to be fast. And if you can't do that as mechanically as yourself, play a legend that allows you to do it. Play Octane, play Pathfinder, play Revenant, play faster paced legends that allow you, with the utility of movement, to close the gap on your opponent and play more aggressively. Push forward. W key, so to speak. And before you even consider pushing forward, you have to do damage. You have to create the space that we're talking about, right? You can't hit someone for 20 and think that you could run straight at them. You never know where the angles are. You have to also be aware of the situation at hand, which is the 5th topic. If you don't know where your opponent is, or the certain angles that you should be looking for, or the angle in which you can attack, it's pointless. You're going to run up, you're going to get smoked on the cross, and you're just going to run and die. So those are the 5 things that we are going to cover for today's video, and I hope these do help you and allow you to become a more aggressive Apex Legends player. Now, the legend and choice and gameplay I have for you is Bangalore, because despite all rumors or opinions on how to play aggressive on Apex Legends, Bangalore is a legend that you can play offensively and defensively, and you don't have quote-unquote overshield like Revenant or Conduit or any like weird, crazy, cheesy gimmicks, okay, outside of really smoke, depending on what your opinion is on the matter. But Bangalore can be played both offensively and defensively, and I'm going to show you how you can use Bangalore to play aggressively and do all 5 of those key things that we just talked about, okay? Bangalore is a really good legend to take and create space, okay? The bang smoke to cover your crosses, to push forward so your opponents can't see you. The Bangalore ultimate that you can't sit in because how quick it is that it comes down and explodes and creates all that space, okay? The entire area in which your bang ult drops and starts blowing up is space. You're creating space because your opponent can't sit in it. And if they do sit in it, they get stunned and hit for 40 damage per missile, constantly stunned, and they're just free kills. They have to respect the ultimate, which creates free space and allows you to push forward, move forward within cover, and take the fight to a hand, okay? And what better cover than to, constantly have cover? Always having cover is fantastic, and Bangalore with her smokes provides that cover. So you're already taking care of 2 out of the 5 things that you need to worry about when it comes towards playing Apex Legends aggressively. You create cover, you create space, and you can cut off angles with smoke. When we talk about movement, Bangalore is a legend that has a passive movement ability. Okay, when you get shot, you go into the double time. So it allows you to move faster when getting shot. You can evade fights, you can evade damage, you can move around legends. When you hit your opponent with the ultimate, it creates damage that you can capitalize on. And then, of course, with her passives, with getting shot at, and you can see the tracers or the perks that allows you to ping your opponents, you can be more aware of where people are. Be more aware of what damage where the damage is coming from. It's honestly the perfect legend to learn to be one of the most aggressive players in Apex Legends. Now, of course, there's other really good legends like Revenant with his super armor ultimate, his leap that creates distance. You can take and close the gap on fights a lot easier with Revenant's Q. Of course, that ultimate, again, giving you that bonus HP, allows you to kind of just throw yourself at the opponent. You can take more damage, allowing you to dish more damage. Same thing with Conduit, right? You Conduit Q, if you just Q your teammates or Q yourself, it allows you to run at them because you're already healing after the damage that you've received, which allows you to play more defensively or aggressively because your opponent can't capitalize on the damage they just did because it was just healed. So there's nothing they can really do about that. Now, those gimmicks aside, again, which is why I like to play Bangalore, because of the smokes and the ultimate allowing to create space and take space. You can also heal in the smoke. There's a perk called Refuge that allows you to heal flesh, equivalent to a syringe while in your smoke. Bang's just such a good legend in general. So let's break down the gameplay here, okay? So we do a little hot drop, Watson Tower, Watson Pylon. You guys saw the smoke utility. Now this isn't a POI able to be using for the ultimate, but you saw how just the passive alone allowed me to maneuver in those fights, especially when that Revenant jumped in my face. And everything else was pretty much set in stone with my teammates. Now we're leaving this POI, 3 kills, 4 assists, about 600 damage-ish. Not too shabby, okay? Nothing quite impressive, but the rest of the gameplay you'll see here, this game actually becomes an absolute banger. And we'll break out on that activity as it comes. So right here we approach a fight. Bang smoke lays down, that way we can cross the hill. I bang ult the roof of the building, so then that forces them to go into cover, so then we have the ability to set up the fight on neutral terms, okay? Because we're just running, you're not rocking up on them, you're not running into them not knowing that they're there, you're aware that they're there, it's all about the situation at hand. Now, Loba here gets up and close to personal. After healing, we come down the hill. We have a knock and forces them to play inside. We're able to thirst one because of the isolated. I believe there's a third party here. So, yep, there's like a third party bang missiles coming down. Just us left to finish up the fight at hand. So there, we finished the first squad. Now, again, there's a second squad here. In order to heal and close off the angle so they don't know where we're at, I lay a smoke down. And then look for height. So I climb on top of the building. I look from height to see where they are. Recognize that they are behind the tree and the rock there now. Now, we're getting shot at. We need to heal and still reset from the first fight, so I smoke off the tree. And since they are smoked off, I'm allowed to check and look for other angles of attack, where they could be or where we could play. And I noticed that they're actually a lot further back than I thought they were. So they have one teammate playing aggressively on the tree, one in the middle, and one towards more of the waterfall, so to speak. There's also a down. That lets us know that there's also another team engaging in this fight because there's a down on the other team. That being said, this is also a Rampart team. This gameplay was back when it was Rampart challenges, so there was a lot of Ramparts running around, and you just have to smoke off the barricades and allow yourself to take space. Because if you don't smoke off the barricades, you're going to die on the cross. Now, this is me taking all that space because now we know that it's just 2. And since we smoked them off and we were able to push forward, they're losing all this ground and cover that they had. You're going to see me smoke this guy again. I'm going to try to get some easy pot shots off. But now I can also heal because I know he's healing and he can't see where I'm at now. He doesn't know if I'm still on the rock. He doesn't know if I backed up, or he doesn't know I'm about to run him down, you know? Benefit of the bang smoke. Also here, his teammate runs up to my left because I smoked out his teammate on the right. He has no idea what angle in which I was playing on. So he can't even help me. Or, excuse me, help his teammate. And that's how we just separate the angles and push forward and create space, take space, and boom. Just like that, we go from 570 damage to 1300 damage and another fresh set of kills. Now, as you see here, we get ourselves into another engagement. Another team is pushing us, and they have Rampart Sheila out. So we are not quite prepared for this, for a team to just absolutely push us with Sheila. So we back up to cover. We back up to our buildings, hit through our building. And now our teammate is absolutely caught out in the open. So it's my job to shoot for them. I'm going to throw my bang ult down, throw some smoke down so we can avoid taking direct damage from the Sheila. Create and work that space. So smoked off the Rampart. She has no idea exactly where we are, but since she has the laser, I can see where she's at. Now you're going to see here that I'm pinned down on the rock. I know my teammate, my girlfriend, is behind me, shooting for me as well. We're looking for this banner, okay? So we're going to smoke off the teammate on the left, and then we're going to look to suppress the Rampart on the right. Now I'm out of smokes. I don't want to get pushed by the other guys, so I'm going to back up and heal the safety of our building and the gen, excuse me. No, Rampart gets a new angle, so now I have to change where I'm at. Really just resetting inside this building, because there's really not much we can do. Really pinned down. Again, trying to suppress the Sheila. We're going to get some smoke down. Bang ult comes down, knowing there is either that Bangalore is their bang to create space to push forward towards us, and we're playing defensively in the building, or there's a third team involved. Again, this process can be grueling sometimes. Sometimes it's not fun to sit in a building and wait, but you just have to reset, make sure you're healthy, and then assess the situation from there. Now here, Bloodhound has no idea where I'm at because I've been making no noise. AFK on the bottom. Creating that smoke so they can't see where we were moving into. Lots of fences have helped out a lot in this building, allowing 2 stuns. My girlfriend's able to swing the Rampart, get that kill after smoking her off. Smoke is just so good for cover. Creates just different angles. It's fantastic. Now, lo and behold, another Rampart team. Who would have thought? On Rampart Day, it's another Rampart team. Again, we have to now move because of Storm. We're going to smoke that Bangalore off so that way she can't shoot us while we're crossing and push forward and get into zone. She has Sheila out. I'm going to teaser. Really work these different angles. You see there, I peeked from the right and then changed to the rock, to the height of the rock, and get those kills. Smoke again so you can do the crosses. All those things instantaneously allows yourself to become a more aggressive Apex Legends player. Right there, we manipulate cover. We change our angles from the right side of the rock to the height of the rock. We're smoking ourselves so we can create space and then take that space because they can't shoot us on the cross because they don't know where we're at. They can't see us. And then since they were already cracked and I'm aggressing, I can take advantage of that damage and push forward. And knowing that they're a third party, all that plays into situational and game awareness. Allows you to make plays that normally you can't if you are just hiding, you know, or playing very, very slow. Doing all those things at a moment's notice will allow you to not only play the game at a faster pace, but allow you to lay down more damage and get more kills. Now you see here we end up rotating in and we get sandwiched in between multiple teams. So I lay the smoke down so we have an area to play between the rocks, and then I bang ult behind us. That allows us to grant ourselves some cover and separate ourselves from the other team, laying another smoke down, allowing us to play the cannons so you don't get shot off the cannons. Craft my Loba teammate's banner and we are out of there. Absolutely out of there. Now we're allowed to craft our teammate, become a full 3 again. Knowing where that team is coming from, we're going to immediately go back to our cover, go back to our height. We're going to make sure we're going to be able to hold them out so that our teammate comes back.
This is all part of the master plan. Bait them with the res into the Watson building, into the 2v3.
Yeah, so there's a player in the back. Not sure if it's entirely a rat yet or a full team. Again, we were getting shot at from a team, we believe, so it could just be either or. Now, notice what I do here, okay? So we crack them, and knowing that they're playing edges zone, right? So they have very little cover, except for these rocks. Had already cracked them, and allow myself to walk up to look for this. But all they did was rampart wall up in zone, and then die for free. Easiest kill of my life. Shout out to the Storm for that one. But now this leaves 2 full teams left. That was the rat rampart of the lobby. Now this endgame is where playing Bangalore is kind of a peak when it comes to really digesting all these situations at hand. We're outside of zone. We have to walk in. There's a team to our right coming from Watson Pylon, and then there's a team already playing the height of Launchpad. So notice on all these smokes I'm going to put down, I get shot through a barricade. I think it was a charged sentinel shot that hit me with because I'm not quite a Kraber. But now the team to the right is aggressing all my teammates because there's already a knock in play. This is where the bang ult comes down to keep the space between us and the other team and allow us a safe place to heal for the moment. Those pings know that they are stunned. This allows me to take the space and go to heal as my teammate. Now the smoke is down, okay, so that ult right there allowed me to really push up and get to my teammate in order to do that. So resing the girlfriend was only an actual play because of the bang ult, right? Smoke goes down afterwards, allows to grant us cover, okay? I didn't have smokes for the res, but because I had ulted and stunned 2, I know where 2 of the players are and know they can't immediately swing us. And me having the gold knock provides enough health and shield for her to get up and get out of there. And then the bang smoke for the cover, okay? So this is the nice way of resetting. This is that defensive aspect of Bangalore that I really do love and appreciate. We get to cover our butts now with the smoke, allowing us to safely get in zone, safely reset, and then play this one out with a level head. Well, boat goes down. All I'm looking for is ammo and meds. Ult Excel's in there. Watson's gonna get that. Make sure my girlfriend has a pylon to play with, and from there you see how zone is. Now we could do a couple of things here. We could sit here and just wait for the end game, or we can work towards playing that space and secure us cover for the end game as well, instead of just hiding. Notice I'm playing along cover, right? I'm running along the side of the jetty there. Sniper team is still doing their annoying, obnoxious things of sitting behind rampart walls. I'm going to look to clear those. Gonna bang smoke them out. At least I tried to anyway. Good solid smoke, making sure that there's nothing there. Now, the other 2 teams are fighting, okay? So that's how I learned that there is only a solo on height, because his teammates are now fighting on the other side. So this allows me, since I smoked this teammate off, I can walk up underneath the height here and look for this fight at hand. Notice where the 2 teams are fighting. We wrapped around. Now we are able to pinch them. Third party this fight and call it a day. Again, trading damage, creating damage, bang smoking forward because this guy has a teammate down, he's cracked and he's dropping a Moby. So there is no way on the green earth this guy's going to be able to win this fight. Cracked, no teammates, 1 down, 1 dead. There's the game. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Using that gameplay there, it's very important to take and create space. Very important to manipulate cover and play along your angles. I never suggest staying out of or away from cover for too long. Even peeking from cover. You see there in the scoreboard there, just the damage and all-around work. That playing aggressively, playing smart, and playing characters that allow you to do these things can really bring in the kills, drop the damage, and so on. Movement legends. Bangalore isn't the greatest movement legend without that passive, but if you can use movement as your own core mechanics, you don't have to worry about that. Capitalizing off the damage, you saw that in that fight right there. We get that crack, we drop the smoke, they can't see us, they're forced to heal, we can take that space, and since they already have 2 teammates dead, they can't really do nothing there. And then just situational awareness, being where the third parties are, who's the third party, legend compositions, where your teammates are playing, where the enemy's playing, and so on and so forth.
Pain, death, nothing phases me.